So after we got done working cows on Friday, we were debating whether or not we should go roping. We had kind of planned to, but we were pretty tired. We decided to go ahead and go anyway. It was good time. Just a real quick down and back trip down in Buckeye, Arizona. We hadn't been able to practice, so some of it didn't turn out as well as we would have liked. But it was a pretty good time. Really appreciate Cody coming over and videoing a lot of these runs for us. It was fun to have him there watching and supporting us. I am going to give him a little bit of a hard time though. You'll see on the very last run that was the winning shot, and he got a little excited and missed some of the run, but I really appreciate him coming over and recording it. Had a little bit of success, won a little bit of money, won some buckles, but I'm pretty sad because of COVID. We didn't get them right away. We'll have to wait for those. But all in all, it was a pretty good time. Had a lot of fun. So after this, you'll get to see us try to put on the backhoe tire. That's going to be fun. Got a nice fresh tire here, and we're going to try to get it back on. Kind of running out of daylight, so had to work today. Put some compound on there, see if we can't lube it up a little bit and get this tire back on and rolling. For those of you who have watched some of my other videos, you've seen what kind of time delays we've been on this tire. It really should have been something so easy. Just take a tire off, take it to the shop, have them put it on, bring it back, slap it back on the backhoe, and you're back in business. Well, I think that's the way it works for a lot of people, but any farmer or rancher that uses old equipment knows what I'm talking about. Nothing ever goes as planned. We took this tire over to have it put on, and because it had been welded, as you've seen in some of our previous videos, our backhoe's in pretty rough shape. And when we took it over to get the tire changed out, it had been welded on and altered, so they, for liability purposes, wouldn't put the tire back on for us. And so my dad went over, picked up the tire. Finally, they were open, and we are now in the process of trying to get it on ourselves. It's quite the show. Of course, it never goes as easy as you hope, because of the rim being a little bit damaged. It definitely got a little bit more of a bite in areas. It was tough getting the tire over it, and with rudimentary tools, we definitely should probably get some more tools. We have just a couple, real simple tools just for emergency purposes, but more tools would have been better. We just have the one good tire tool, and definitely it's not something that we plan on doing. This is just something that has to happen because of the way that it worked out. This rim has been working for us for the last 20 years, so we're not afraid to use it, but the tire shop sure didn't want to put it on for us. It's pretty funny to watch my little girl. She's trying to help, and we just keep having to tell her to scoot back, and then she runs around and tries to act like a dragon. She got some how to train your dragon videos for Christmas, so she's running around acting like a dragon and then trying to help us. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy
Baby, back up.
Us trying to get this tire back on. So we finally got the one side of the tire on, and we didn't get the video footage. Laurie got tired of watching us and decided she had better things to do for a little bit. So we did get a tube in there, and now we're going to try to get the top side in. I don't know which was harder. It should have been, like I said, pretty easy, but everything's approximately 180% harder than what you might think it should be. So I was talking to somebody earlier, and they're like, oh yeah, they should be able to get that back on, no problem. It's not that big of a deal. Well, it always is. We're now into this probably about 30-45 minutes. I don't know how long it took us, probably close to an hour and a half before we started putting air in the tire. But there you can see I'm putting a little bit more compound on there, so let's try to get it to slide over a little bit easier. Usually when you put that stuff on, and it's real nice and slick, it goes on pretty easy, but just trying to stretch a new tire over an old rim that keeps grabbing doesn't help it a whole lot. But here we are trying to get it on still. So here you can see we're just about to the point where we got it on, but it's just going to fight us every single inch of the way. There's literally just a couple of inches that are not
Back
on,
up, baby.
but it just won't roll over. We finally just start pounding underneath there so we can get one last bite, but like I said, every single inch of the way it's gonna fight us. This video's going on a little bit longer. Didn't get to do a whole lot of editing. Just haven't had time. Cody asked me the other day if I was going to be able to put out a video every couple days, and I thought, sure, that should be no problem. But I'm finding that when I start going back to work, that I don't have as much time to edit and do some of these things as I would like. So it might be longer in between videos, but I'll still try to get as much videoed as I can. Like I said before, most of this is, or at least a lot of it is, for me just to kind of document some of the things that we're doing. So this video is a little bit longer, but maybe somebody out there can appreciate the struggle that we went through to get this tire on, or at least get a good laugh out of watching a couple guys struggle through it. And yeah, right there it's just hanging on just barely, and finally whacked it and it's on. But it's it was a real struggle getting this tire on. Should not have been that hard. You can see me there. There's a couple spots that we bent up with the rim, bent up on the rim trying to use the tire tool. But so as usual, it's about 180% harder than what you always think it should be. But we did get it on. Definitely scuffed up the rim on the outside just a little bit. So hopefully we can put some air in it, let the air out, let that tube seat just a little bit, and we'll be back in business. So most of the hard work is done. We're just gonna go ahead and put some air in it. Right here we're trying to let as much of the air out as possible because there's a tube inside of there, so it's got to push the excess air out somewhere, and so that's what we're trying to do here. We'll air it up a couple times, let the air out, that way the tube will set itself in there so that it won't get pinched and cause us problems and leaks later on. So hopefully we can get this aired up and get it back going again. It was pretty funny because both my mom and my wife were asking me, hey, when are you going to get that video up? When are you going to post that on YouTube? And because I told my mom that she asked me if we were able to get the tire on, and I said, I don't know, you'll have to watch the YouTube channel, see how it went. She got a little chuckle out of that, but I don't think she was very happy when I didn't put the movie up here. So hopefully in the future I can get them up a little bit quicker, but sometimes it's kind of difficult, like I say, when I gotta work, and it doesn't help when I have overtime and stuff, so I might not get videos up as often as possible. But
gonna go or no?
As I said before, it's just so that I can kind of document some of the things that we get done.